Hi viewers, welcome to AJV. My name is AJ and I'm here with my brother.
My political name is Mike Adams.
Okay, Mike Adams, how are you?
I'm kicking on with yourself.
I'm also good. I can see you are beautifully dressed with Alan top.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's nice. I'd like to ask you some few questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's all about Alan Kyeremantengs, really. So what do you have for Ghanaians? Alan and his campaign, what do you have for Ghanaians?
Very good. Thank you for the question. And you can bear me out in the Fourth Republic, in the 8th Parliament. So if you consider the 32 of Fourth Republic, you find out that the country is being divided into two. The level of polarization between MPP and NDC. So there's a disunity of which the driving force of his campaign is, or what's the nitty-gritty of it is that he wanted to mend that disunity between MPP and NDC, because he have realized that if we do divisive politics, there is no way we'll be able to build a country. And no country has been built when we divide. You get my point? So when we come together as a country with a united front, we'll be able to develop the country. So his focus is he will come on board to build us together as a unity government. Okay, and secondly, too, you find out that the youth, whether we like it or not, will be the next generation for Ghana. And you find out that over the years, the youth have been neglected. If you consider the statistics on the rate of unemployment, it's very high. And the youth, the disgruntled, the level of, because they said they don't even want to go and vote because our leaders over the years don't have any good policies for them. And Alan, as a candidate, coming as an independent candidate, have a juicy package for the youth. So he has segregated them in terms of the level of education. So if you are coming out from a high school, there will be a compulsory internship for you, so that there will be add-on skill sets of which you'll be able to get a skill set and a job experience at even that tender age. And also for those graduating, for those university graduates, what he is also proposing is that we need to have a national security reserve, okay, whereby after university, if you are going to do your service, it's optional. Whether you want to go to the military, you get access. And also there will be integrated in our curriculum whereby entrepreneurship will be very compulsory for everyone, because we wanted to have an enterprise Ghana whereby Ghanaians own, most of the youth will run their own businesses. And this has been the reason why the North America, let me put it to be precise, United States of America, it has been the hub of business, because a lot of young people like the likes of Mark Zuckerberg and co, they were able to create their own businesses when they were in school. And now you can find out that it has created, it made them billionaires, and they are really running the American economy. So entrepreneurship will be compulsory, whereby ideas will be nurtured, incubated and all that, so that when you are exiting from school, we will also have professionals who will be coaching. So there will be more or less like groups coming together to form a company, whereby there will be proper monitoring, well structured, so that they will be able to start their own businesses and all that. So I think these are very policy that are very good, and I think if we give him the nod, he will be able to deliver his mandate. Thank you.
All right, thank you too. I'm grateful for the time you dedicated for me.
You are always welcome.
All right, viewers, the name still remain. Hi viewers, welcome to AJ View. The name still remain AJ, and I'm here with my brother.
Nyai.
Okay, I hope you're well.
Very well. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Please, what do you have for Ghanaians? Alan and his campaign. What do you have for Ghanaians?
Right. So thank you very much. Greetings to your viewers out there, all the AJ followers, right?
Sure.
Yes. Before I come to the man Alan, let's look at the opportunity that we have with the movement for change. Okay. The movement for change is actually a youth movement, and it's not just a youth movement in rhetoric. Indeed, actually, if you look at all the national leadership that are present here today, you find none of them is above 40 years, right? Everything has been kept under 40. And this is a testament to Alan's seriousness with what he says he wants or he believes in the youth of Ghana, because he has given us the opportunity to actually deliver, to show what the youth can do. So yes,
if I will not interact, it
But you
seems
have
like
interrupted. But let's- yes.
it seems like everybody's focused on the youth. Why?
Yeah, so 2020 population statistics, right? The population and housing census 2020 says over 60% of the Ghanaian population right now is youth. Right. If you look at the voters' population as well, over 60% of the voter population is youth.
Sure.
So you cannot do anything without, because if it's a democracy and you're looking at the majority, you cannot do anything without the majority. And that's why the youth play a very key role in the national issues. Yes. So back to the issue, if I can continue.
Sure.
Yes. All right. So, like I was saying, national leadership across the board are all under 40, which is very instructive, right? So he has not just said he believes in the youth, but he has demonstrated. And that is why some of us are on this platform, because this is actually a platform, an opportunity for us to showcase what we can do to serve our nation, right? For a very long time, the youth have been relegated to the back, right? But this man has actually given us opportunity to come to the forefront and do something. So this is actually a movement for the youth. That's the first thing. The second thing here is Ghana at this point in time does not need a politician to lead us. No. We've seen what politicians have done for us and can do. At this particular moment in time, we need a leader, someone who can actually form a united front from all the different various sectors in the economy. It doesn't matter your political background, your social background. We need someone who can bring us together into one cohesive union. That's what we need at this point, right? And Alan has demonstrated that. He's saying one of his main focuses is to create a government of national unity. And he being an independent candidate right now means he has leverage to pick from every other side based on competencies. And he has no allegiance to any political party. I'll give you a typical example. If I belong to Party A and I became the president of Ghana today, my allegiance would be to my Party A members. So even if I'm going to give appointments, I have to favor Party A members over the rest of them, right? But since Alan is an independent candidate right now, he has the leverage, or that leverage should be able to go and lobby from every other aspect based on competencies. So it means if you're in Party A and he identifies you as someone who is capable of delivering, he can come to you and leverage on that to get you in part. That's why he's looking at forming a government of national unity. And I think at this material moment in our political history, this is what Ghana needs. This is the only thing that can send us forward. The second thing is, you wanted to ask something else?
Continue.
Right, okay. So Alan's document that he's proposing for the transformation of Ghana is what we call the Great Transformational Plan, the GTP. And the difference between this document and every other manifesto that's coming from every other political party is this. Manifestos are just promises, right? And they are vague.
Sure.
I will do this. We must do this.
I'll do that.
But they don't tell you how you're going to do this, right? But Alan has come up with a Great Transformational Plan, which is a policy recommendation document, not a manifesto. Specific policy recommendations to specific problems that Ghana is facing. So for instance, let's look at the stabilization of the cedi. One of the main issues that we are having in Ghana right now is the free fall of the cedi, right? Yes. We listened to the finance minister just a few days ago, and he told us the main reason why the cedi is in free fall is because of speculation, right? To some extent, he's right. But the thing is this, speculation only happens when your currency is not stable. So for instance, if there are rumors about the cedi falling, right, people will be speculating that there's going to be a fall in the cedi. So go and then get some dollars to save your money. You cannot speculate over a currency that is stable. So in the finance minister's admission, he indirectly told the people of Ghana that yes, our currency is not stable and is very volatile, and that is why speculations have the ability to destabilize our cedi. So he was not wrong. He was right to some extent, but he didn't explain further. Alan is proposing that the way we can fix our currency, right, to stabilize the cedi is one. We've identified that most of the pressure on the cedi is on our importation of goods and services from outside. So if you had to buy any product from, let's say, the United States of America, what you have to do is to convert your cedis into dollars to import whatever goods you're trying to import, right? And that dependence on the foreign, on our forex, is what creates a weak cedi. So he said one of his policy recommendations is we have to look at import substitution. How can we look at producing most of the things that we are depending on outside, producing them locally? It will surprise you that we spend about $120 million importing tomatoes. Yes, in tools.
That's Ghana for you.
That's Ghana for you, right? So Alan is saying if we can produce tomatoes locally, right, it means it's going to reduce our dependence on the importation of tomatoes, which is going to reduce our dependence on the acquisition of the foreign currency, which is in this case the dollar, and that would release or relieve pressure on our city. So these are policy statements or policy recommendations to how we can solve the problem. Import substitution, which is production of local production of our goods and services. Yeah. Another thing you're looking at is importation. He says when you're an importer and you import something at the current exchange rate, so let's say it's $1 to 15, $1 to 15 cedis, right? That's the current prevailing rate. Alan is saying if you should import something today at 15 cedis to $1, if the currency depreciates further in about a month or two, it means even though you've already paid for that goods, by the time it comes, the price change is going to affect your business. So Alan says, let's keep at least a 6 months window. So if you import anything today at $1 to 15 cedis, it should remain fixed for about 6 months. So you who has imported your things, it will not affect you negatively, where there will be fluctuation of the prices. These are specific policy recommendations to specific Ghanaian problems, and that's what's contained in the GTP. I'd like for us to have a more in-depth conversation where I can bring out the documents and we can look at every single thing, particularly unemployment. You know, unemployment is one of the major problems for the youth. Yes, after school, no prospects of, yes. Alan is saying to fix unemployment, again, import substitution. It means you have to look at your local production. But before you can produce anything, it has to be your agricultural base first. So you have to have a strong agricultural base to produce the raw materials. Now, processing of those raw materials is what industry is about. So you cannot build factories when you don't even have your agricultural base fixed. So Alan says, let's have an agricultural revolution first, where we look at agricultural sector. Then we look at processing of the agricultural produce and storage. That's where industry comes out. But he says these things cannot go hand in hand without infrastructure. And infrastructure here would be your factories are infrastructure, the roads,
machines,
all of that. You see, one interesting thing about roads, to drop it here, people think we build roads for people to run around in style. No, that's not why you build roads. Roads are supposed to connect production centers. That's the basic function of a road. So I'll give you a typical example. The Tamamoto Way is our most commercially viable road infrastructure in Ghana today. Why? Because the Tamamoto Way connects the Tamahabo to the market centers in Accra. You get the connection.
Exactly.
That is how roads are supposed to be built, right? So if you're building a road and it doesn't serve that primary focus, you realize that it does not have any economic impact. So we've built several roads in Ghana today, but yet you ask yourself, what has been the economic impact of those roads? So you realize we take loans to build those roads. We're not even able to pay back those roads because those roads are not being economically viable. Yes, but see, these are specific ideas on how we can challenge these things. So to address unemployment, let's look at the agricultural sector, make it robust and revamp it. Look at your industry, which is the processing of your raw materials and storage. That is industry. And let's look at infrastructure. These three key things hand in hand will turn around the unemployment situation in Ghana for the better. Yes.
All right. So what advice do you have for anybody who's 80 years now?
Yeah, so particularly to the youth. So this message goes directly to the youth out there. Like I said, for the first time in the political history of Ghana, we've been given a very golden opportunity for us as youth to get directly involved in the governance process in this country. So this is not partisan at all. No, this is a national call to duty. If you're a youth above 18 years, this is the time for us to get together and do something for us as youth that will impact our future positively. We cannot continue to be spectators and leave things to politicians. No, this is a time for all of us to get involved. So this is an open invitation. All of you out there watching me, do well to join the movement for change, join the Yellow Army, and let's change our destiny in Ghana. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yes.
Hi viewers, the name is KYEREMANTENG and I'm out.